Peace. Brothers, I need you to pay real good attention to this message, right? You might not need this, but you might know somebody who does. So please share this message, right? Bro, we need to stop letting these sisters consume our minds, right? What do I mean by that? Like, a lot of brothers be crashing out, right, because of their women, in the sense that, like, when you get into these arguments, right, you get into these arguments with your lady or somebody that you might be dealing with, we let it consume our minds, right? And we know, if you don't know, you're about to find out, right? Like, oftentimes when women feel hurt, they going to say crazy, outrageous things, right? They're going to say things to try to hurt you, even if you're not the one that hurt them, right? Even if she came with her baggage and her issues and etc., man, she's blaming you for whatever, or she's triggered because you did something that reminds her of her past or something that somebody done to her. She's gonna overreact, right? And what happens is, too many times we confide in some of these sisters. And this is why people tell you, man, certain things you shouldn't even tell them. Because now they throwing certain things in your face and you carrying that on your mind. You don't have no mental peace because you might have just got into an argument early in the morning. You know they be doing this stuff early in the morning. They wake up with stuff on their mind. They never let old stuff go. So you already, if you've been going through this, you already understand the rodeo. So I'm gonna give you a few things to do when you might get into some of these things, right? Because I don't engage. I'm not even arguing with no chick, because they was wired that way. They was wired to argue all day long. They on the average, they speak almost 20,000 words a day compared to our 13,000. That's just on the average. So why am I going to sit here and argue with her in her realm? I'm not going to argue with her in her realm, okay? I'm not going to do that. And neither should you, right? You might be in the right. You might got a point to defend. It's only, I'm going to get into a few arguments or a few back and forths, and then after that, I'm already make my decision that, like, this can't coexist. So I'm telling you, brothers, so many times we get into arguments at home and we go out there and we in a bad mood. And we get into stuff because we let that stuff consume our minds. I'm here to tell you, don't let that stuff consume your mind. You know? Don't let that stuff consume your mind. Because you're the one that got a hold that, right? So they hurt and they sticking the knife in your chest and they twisting it, right? Because you done told them something or they know something about you. And now you carrying that in your mind. You carrying that in your heart. You're not feeling right, right? You might be feeling like a failure because you're not in the place where you want to be. And because she's so gone mentally, right? She's saying anything to get a rouse out of you, to get an emotion out of you. She's sending these long text paragraphs, right? They calling you a bunch of times. They leaving messages and they saying crazy stuff because that's what they're going to do. They're going to say things that they think could get an emotional response out of you. And I learned how to deal with those things, right? So what I do is I don't even read. Listen, if we not around, if we not around each other, and if we are around each other, one, and you like trying to do all of that arguing stuff, I'm walking away. I'm not even gonna sit there and put up with that stuff. I'm out. Sorry about that. So what I was saying is, if we in public, I'm walking away. I'm not getting into that. Number two, if it's over text, if this is a conversation over text, and you think you about to argue with me over text, I'm not reading them long paragraph messages. I'm not reading them. I don't read them. Brothers, I keep telling you, the peace of mind is everything. So why would you read that and then you got to walk around with that all day or for a portion of the day? So I don't read it. I don't even want it in my mind. I don't even want me contemplating what she's saying or whatever threats, because, they're going to send threats. I'm about to do this, and that's why X, Y. You already know. I don't read them. I just delete the conversation, and that's it. They're going to get the red message, the red receipt, right? They're going to think you read it, and they're going to feel as though, oh, yeah, he read it. But in reality, you didn't read it. You just went you opened the conversation just to delete it. Sometimes I don't even open the conversation. But I like them thinking that I opened the conversation. Right? And I leave the red receipt because it hurts them more to see like, damn, he read the message and he didn't respond, even though I didn't read it. So this is the type of games, all right, they want to play games. You can play games too, but I'm not playing, right? So I'm ignoring. I just opened it, and I'm deleting the conversation. I'm not even going to read it. Sometimes I don't even open it. On social media, I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to block you because you're going to create fake pages. You're going to do all of that. They weird, bro. It's interesting when it comes to negative things. They got all the time in the world, right? All the time in the world. But anyway, this is about you preserving your peace of mind. You get what I'm saying? I'm not doing none of that. I'm not deleting you on social media. No, you're going to see me have fun. You're going to see me enjoy myself. I'm not doing none of that. That's on you. And it's going to hurt them more than it's going to hurt you. And it's not about me trying to hurt somebody. It's just, sometimes it is. Sometimes you got to show people, especially when you didn't really do nothing. Sometimes you got to really show people, like, yo, this is what you trying to make me feel. And because you're not achieving that, you are the one that is hurting. Allah says in the Quran, and this is another thing why I don't argue with them. You're not going to get anywhere. Allah literally says in the Quran, one of the descriptions that he speaks, and give, come on, man, one of the descriptions that he gives about women is that in disputes, they can't make themselves clear. We experience that all the time. He said in disputes, they can't make themselves clear. So what do? Because they can't express themselves clearly, they disrespect, they try to attack, they talk crazy, they try to hurt your feelings, hurt your ego, hurt your masculine pride. This is the things that they try to do because they can't communicate. They can't say, it's not all of them, but they can't come out and just explain in detail what the issue is, or what are they going through, or what traumas, or what issues, or what triggered them, or what made them feel a certain way. They can't do it. So they resort to cheap shots, disrespect, belittling, condescending. So they do this. This is what they do. And then they turn around and say that they have emotional intelligence. Then they turn around and say that they're better communicators than men, right? When you have a hard time expressing yourself. But anyway, the point of this video, because I don't want to come across like I'm just whining like them, right? I made this video to let you know that, like, if you're experiencing some of this stuff, man, don't let that stuff consume your mind. So the main things that I mentioned, it's like, don't waste your time and sit there and argue, man. They speak way more words than us a day. They wired for this stuff to go toe to toe. The same way that you're physically stronger than them and you can subdue them like physically, it's the same way that they can subdue you verbally. It don't matter if they got the logic or not. It don't matter if they make sense or not. It doesn't matter. They're just gonna go and go and go and go, and you gonna get tired before they get tired. So with that being said, don't waste your time arguing, bro. Do not waste your time. After a few tries, after you try to communicate your point, if they still on the same dumb stuff, then you just gotta abort mission. If it's over text, the arguments could happen in person or in text. Don't argue either way. In person, after it goes back a few times, that's it. You gotta abort mission. You gotta dip. In text, same thing. I don't even read the conversation. So keep your minds clear, because you're the one that's gonna suffer when you go out there, and you carrying this stuff on your mind. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Peace.